Astronomy. Challenging questions, multiple choice. The largest circular storm in our solar system is on the surface of which of the following planet? W. Jupiter. X. Venus. Y. Uranus. Z. Earth. Answer: W. Jupiter. The biggest asteroid known is W. Vesta. X. Icarus. Y. Ceres. Z. Eros. Answer: Y. Ceres. Rounded to the nearest day, the Mercurian year is equal to W. 111 days. X. 88 days. Y. 50 days. Z. 25 days. Answer: X. 88 days. One of the largest volcanoes in our solar system, if not the largest, is named Olympus Mons. This volcano is located on W. Jupiter's moon Callisto. X. Venus. Y. Saturn's moon Titan. Z. Mars. Answer: Z. Mars. 1 Jupiter day is equal to which of the following? W. 30 hours 40 minutes. X. 9 hours 50 minutes. Y. 3 hours 20 minutes. Z. 52 hours 10 minutes. Answer: X. 9 hours 50 minutes. The time interval between two successive occurrences of a specific type of alignment of a planet, or the Moon, with the Sun and the Earth is referred to as W. A conjunction. X. An opposition. Y. A sidereal period. Z. A synodic period. Answer: Z. A synodic period. Of the following four times, which one best represents the time it takes energy generated in the core of the Sun to reach the surface of the Sun and be radiated? W. 3 minutes. X. 30 days. Y. 1,000 years. Z. 1 million years. Answer: Z. 1 million years. The sunspot cycle is W. 3 years. X. 11 years. Y. 26 years. Z. 49 years. Answer: X. 11 years. The Hertzsprung-Russel diagram of stars directly compares what two of the following properties of stars? W. Size. X. Temperature. Y. Luminosity. Z. Density. Answer: X and Y, temperature and luminosity. The Andromeda Galaxy is which of the following types of galaxies? W. Elliptical. X. Spiral. Y. Barred spiral. Z. Irregular. Answer: X. Spiral. About how many light years across is the Milky Way? Is it W. 1,000. X. 10,000. Y. 100,000. Z. 1 million. Answer: Y. 100,000. Heliocentric means around W. Jupiter. X. The Moon. Y. The Sun. Z. Neptune. Answer: Y. The Sun. Who was the first man to classify stars according to their brightness? Was it W. Aristarchus. X. Pythagoras. Y. Copernicus. Z. Hipparchus. Answer: Z. Hipparchus. For what reason was the Schmidt telescope specially built? Was it to serve as W. a sky camera, X. a radio telescope, Y. an optical telescope, Z. a solar telescope? Answer: W. a sky camera. The greatest distance of a planet from the Sun is called what? Is it the planets W. aphelion, X. perihelion, Y. helix, Z. eccentricity? Answer: W. aphelion. How is the atmospheric pressure of Mars as compared to the atmospheric pressure of the Earth? Is it W. about the same as the Earth's, X. about 100 times as great as the Earth's, Y. about 1/200th that of the Earth's, Z. half as much as that of the Earth's? Answer: Y. about 1/200th that of the Earth's. The planet Jupiter has a mass that is W. equal to the combined masses of the Earth and Mars, X. equal to the combined masses of Saturn and Pluto, Y. equal to the combined masses of Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus, Z. greater than the combined masses of all of the planets. Answer: Z. greater than the combined masses of all of the planets. Which one of the following moon features is named Copernicus? Is it A. W. C. X. crater, Y. mountain range, Z. rill? Answer: B. a crater. A typical galaxy, such as our Milky Way galaxy, contains how many billion stars? Is it approximately W. 10 billion, X. 40 billion, Y. 200 billion, Z. 800 billion? Answer: Y. 200 billion. Refracting telescopes always contain which one of the following? W. mirrors, X. lenses, Y. television systems, Z. film? Answer: X. lenses. A comet's tail points in which direction? W. toward the Sun, X. toward the Earth, Y. behind the comet in its orbit, Z. away from the Sun? Answer: Z. away from the Sun. Spectral line splitting due to the influence of magnetic fields is called W. Boltzmann effect, X. Zeeman effect, Y. Planck effect, Z. Zannström effect? Answer: X. Zeeman effect. Which of the following statements is true for both Saturn and Jupiter? W. Both rotate faster than the Earth. X. Both rotate slower than the Earth. Y. Only one rotates rapidly while the other rotates very slowly. Z. Their periods of rotation are linked to their period of revolution. Answer: W. both rotate faster than the Earth. Which of the following is true for Orion? Orion is W. The brightest star in the sky. X. A constellation. Y. The name given to a NASA spacecraft. Z. An asteroid. Answer: X. A constellation. Which of the following men wrote the book on the revolutions of the heavenly spheres? W. Kepler. X. Euclid. Y. Copernicus. Z. Newton. Answer: Y. Copernicus. Which of the following is true for retrograde motion? Retrograde motion is W. Caused by epicycles. X. Undergone only by superior planets. Y. Undergone only by inferior planets. Z. An effect due to the projection of planet orbits onto the sky. Answer: Z. An effect due to the projection of planet orbits onto the sky. Beads of light visible around the rim of the Moon at the beginning and end of a total solar eclipse are called W. Lunar beads. X. Solar beads. Y. Bailey's beads. Z. Rim beads. Answer: Y. Bailey's beads. Whereas latitude and longitude are the coordinates of places on Earth, the coordinates used for star locations are two of the following, choose two. W. Ascension. X. Right ascension. Y. Altitude. Z. Declination. Answer: X and Z, right ascension and declination. The 2.7 Kelvin cosmic background radiation is concentrated in the W. Radio wavelengths. X. Infrared. Y. Visible. Z. Ultraviolet. Answer: W. Radio wavelengths. If you were watching a star collapsing to form a black hole, the light would disappear because it W. is strongly redshifted. X. is strongly blue shifted. Y. its color suddenly becomes black. Z. none of the above. Answer: W. is strongly redshifted. In which spectral region is it possible for astronomers to observe through clouds? W. Visual. X. Radio. Y. Ultraviolet. Z. X-ray. Answer: X. Radio. The Magellanic Clouds are W. Irregular galaxies. X. Spiral galaxies. Y. Elliptical galaxies. Z. Large clouds of gas and dust. Answer: W. Irregular galaxies. The visual aurora consists of luminous arcs, rays or bands in the night sky, usually confined to high latitudes and located in the W. troposphere. X. stratosphere. Y. ozonosphere. Z. ionosphere. Answer: Z. ionosphere. This yellow-white, spectral F-type star is located in the constellation Carina south of the ecliptic. It ranks second in apparent brightness among the stars. Is this star W. Canopus. X. Alpha Centauri. Y. Castor. The visual aurora consists of luminous. The Magellanic Clouds are. The visual aurora consists of luminous arcs, rays or bands in the night sky, usually confined to high latitudes and located in the W. Troposphere, X. Stratosphere, Y. Ozonosphere, Z. Ionosphere. Answer: Z. Ionosphere. This yellow-white, spectral F-type star is located in the constellation Carina south of the ecliptic. It ranks second in apparent brightness among the stars. Is this star? W. Canopus, X. Alpha Centauri, Y. Castor, Z. Rigel. Answer: W. Canopus. When two heavenly bodies occupy the same longitude, the bodies are said to be in W. sympathy, X. conjunction, Y. parallel, Z. series. Answer: X. conjunction. The study of the origin and evolution of the universe is known as W. tomography, X. cystoscopy, Y. cryology, Z. cosmology. Answer: Z. cosmology. What percentage of the Sun's mass has been converted to energy? W. 50%, X. 1%, Y. 2%, Z. 0.001%, read, 0.001%. Answer: Z. 0.001%. According to Kepler's laws, all orbits of the planets are W. ellipses, X. parabolas, Y. hyperbolas, Z. square. Answer: W. ellipses. According to Kepler's laws, the cube of the mean distance of a planet from the Sun is proportional to the W. area that is swept out, X. cube of the period, Y. square of the period, Z. fourth power of the mean distance. Answer: Y. square of the period. What type of visible star is the coolest? W. O. X. A. Y. G. Z. M. Answer: Z. M. Which type of star is maintained by the pressure of an electron gas? W. Main sequence star, X. white dwarf, Y. neutron star, Z. black hole. Answer: X. white dwarf. Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto are satellites of what planet? W. Jupiter, X. Saturn, Y. Neptune, Z. Uranus. Answer: W. Jupiter. The universe is estimated to be between 10 and 20 billion years old. This estimate is based on the value of which constant? W. the mass of the Earth, X. the speed of light, Y. the Hubble constant, Z. the mass of the electron. Answer: Y. the Hubble constant. Which of the following first hypothesized that the Earth orbited the Sun? W. Alexander the Great, X. Copernicus, Y. Socrates, Z. Tycho Brahe. Answer: X. Copernicus. The last manned moon flight was made in what year? W. Year 1971. X. Year 1972. Y. Year 1973. Z. Year 1974. Answer: X. Year 1972. The cosmic background radiation, a remnant of the Big Bang, is at what temperature? W. 100 K. X. 0 K. Y. 5.3 K. Z. 2.7 K. Answer: Z. 2.7 K. A planet is said to be at aphelion when it is W. Closest to the Sun. X. Farthest from the Sun. Y. At its highest point above the ecliptic. Z. At its lowest point below the ecliptic. Answer: X. Farthest from the Sun. At any time we may describe the position of an inferior planet by the angle it makes with the Sun as seen from the Earth. This angle is called the W. Ecliptic. X. Epicycle. Y. Elongation. Z. Proxima. Answer: Y. Elongation. The largest moon in our solar system has an atmosphere that is denser than the atmosphere of Mars. The name of this moon is W. Titan. X. Ganymede. Y. Triton. Z. Io. Answer: W. Titan. On which of the following planets would the Sun rise in the west? W. Saturn. X. Earth. Y. Mercury. Z. Venus. Answer: Z. Venus. Which planet seems to be turned on its side with an axis tilt of 98 degrees? W. Uranus. X. Earth. Y. Neptune. Z. Saturn. Answer: W. Uranus. The angle that the full moon takes up in the night sky is equal to which of the following values? W. 1/8 degree. X. 1/2 degrees. Y. 1 degree. Z. 2 degrees. Answer: X. 1/2 degree. The period from one full moon to the next is W. 30.3 days. X. 30 days. Y. 29.5 days. Z. 28 days. Answer: Y. 29.5 days. When a superior planet is at opposition, it is making an angle of how many degrees with the Sun? W. 0 degrees. X. 45 degrees. Y. 90 degrees. Z. 180 degrees. Answer: Z. 180 degrees. The word albedo refers to which of the following? W. The wobbling motion of a planet. X. The amount of light a planet reflects. Y. The phase changes of a planet. Z. The brightness of a star. Answer: X. The amount of light the planet reflects. Galileo discovered something about Venus with his telescope that shook the old theories. Which of the following was Galileo's discovery? W. Venus was covered in clouds. X. Venus had phases like the Moon. Y. Venus' surface was similar to the Earth's. Z. Venus had retrograde motion. Answer: X. Venus had phases like the Moon. Cassini's division is described by which of the following? W. A break in the rings of Saturn. X. A break in the clouds of Jupiter. Y. The distance between the first two moons of Jupiter. Z. The distance between the Van Allen belts. Answer: W. A break in the rings of Saturn. Name the phase that the Moon is in for each type of eclipse, lunar and solar. W. Full moon for both phases. X. New moon for both phases. Y. Full moon for lunar and new moon for solar. Z. New moon for lunar and full moon for solar. Answer: Y. Full moon for lunar and new moon for solar. The orbital plane of the Moon is how many degrees inclined from the ecliptic? W. 15 degrees. X. 10 degrees. Y. 5 degrees. Z. 0 degrees. Answer: Y. 5 degrees. In the lowest level of the photosphere of the Sun, the temperature is W. 1000 degrees Kelvin. X. 6000 degrees Kelvin. Y. 10,000 degrees Kelvin. Z. 13,000 degrees Kelvin. Answer: X. 6,000 degrees Kelvin. A galactic year is the length of time that it takes our Sun to orbit the galaxy. In Earth years, how long is a galactic year? W. 100 million years. X. 230 million years. Y. 620 million years. Z. 940 million years. Answer: X. 230 million years. A first magnitude star is how many times brighter than a second magnitude star? W. 2.5. X. 7.3. Y. 10.0. Z. 12.0. Answer: W. 2.5. Which of the following constellations has more bright stars than any other constellation? W. Big Dipper. X. Cassiopeia. Y. Orion. Z. Scorpion. Answer: Y. Orion. A line through the three stars in Orion's belt points toward which one of the following stars? W. Mizar. X. Polaris. Y. Sirius. Z. Rigel. Answer: Y. Sirius. A pulsar is actually a W. Black hole. X. White dwarf. Y. Red giant. Z. Neutron star. Answer: Z. Neutron star. In the Milky Way there are approximately W. 2 million stars. X. 100 million stars. Y. 400 million stars. Z. 200 billion stars. Answer: Z. 200 billion stars. Which of the following words best describes the shape of our galaxy? W. Spherical. X. Elliptical. Y. Spiral. Z. Barred spiral. Answer: Y. Spiral. On February 9, 1991, Rosate, an orbiting observatory, finished the first ever all-sky survey of W. Radio waves. X. Infrared radiation. Y. Ultraviolet radiation. Z. X-rays. Answer: Z. X-rays. The Ring Nebula is an example of a planetary nebula. It is W. A ring of planets circling a star. X. An expanding ring of gas released from a dying star. Y. A contracting ring of gas and dust falling circling into a massive object. Z. A ring of stars in a circular orbit. Answer: X. An expanding ring of gas released from a dying star. A black hole with the mass of the Earth would be the size of W. The Sun. X. The Moon. Y. A bowling ball. Z. A marble. Answer: Z. A marble. Whose paradox asks why the sky is not ablaze with starlight if the universe is infinite in extent and uniformly filled with stars? W. Olbers. X. Grahams. Y. Schullers. Z. Millers. Answer: W. Olbers. Most stars are cooler than the Sun. These stars, the planets, interstellar clouds, and star-forming regions emit most of their radiant energy in the W. Visible. X. X-ray region. Y. Ultraviolet. Z. Infrared. Answer: Z. Infrared. Astronomers use Cepheids principally as measures of what? Is it W. Size. X. Speed. Y. Chemical composition. Z. Distance. Answer: Z. Distance. Where are most asteroids located? Is it between W. Jupiter and Saturn. X. Mars and Venus. Y. Earth and Mars. Z. Mars and Jupiter. Answer: Z. Mars and Jupiter. Of the following phases of the Moon, which is the one at which a spring tide occurs? Is it W. New. X. New gibbous. Y. First quarter. Z. New crescent. Answer: W. New. A white dwarf has a mass of roughly 1 solar mass but a size of about W. A basketball. X. A car. Y. Lake Michigan. Z. The Earth. Answer: Z. The Earth. Which of the following can be used to see through Venus's clouds? W. Refracting telescopes. X. Radar. Y. X-rays. Z. Ultraviolet. Answer: X. Radar. Primary cosmic radiation is characterized by W, an intensity which is essentially constant in time. X, isotropic in space. Y, very energetic particles. Z, all of the above. Answer, Z, all of the above. Globular clusters in our galaxy are primarily found W, in the spiral arms. X, distributed throughout the disk including regions between the spiral arms. Y, in the bulge at the center of our galaxy. Z, in the halo of our galaxy. Answer, Z, in the halo of our galaxy. The phenomenon that causes the Moon's rotation about its own axis to be equal to the Moon's period of revolution about the Earth is called W, Hainer effect. X, Landau effect. Y, orbital synchronization. Z, tidal friction. Answer, Z, tidal friction. The Sun rotates about its own axis approximately W, once every 60 minutes. X, once every 24 hours. Y, once every 365 days. Z, varies with solar latitude. Answer, Z, varies with solar latitude. Presently, what is the farthest planet from the Sun? W, Jupiter. X, Neptune. Y, Uranus. Z, none of the above. Answer, X, Neptune. Andromeda, the nearest galaxy which is similar to the Milky Way, is how far from the Earth? Is it W, 200,000 light-years. X, 2 million light-years. Y, 20 million light-years. Z, 200 million light-years. Answer, X, 2 million light-years. The angular position of an object measured from a fixed point along the horizon is its W, azimuth. X, apogee. Y, zenith. Z, declination. Answer, W, azimuth. The precession of the Earth refers to the W, change from night to day. X, Earth's motion around the Sun day. Y, change in orientation of the Earth's axis. Z, effect of the Moon on the Earth's orbit. Answer, Y, change in orientation of the Earth's axis. The angular position of the Sun at solar noon with respect to the plane of the equator is the definition of W, index of refraction. X, solar azimuth angle. Y, latitude. Z, solar declination angle. Answer, Z, solar declination angle. Which of the following men was the first to make systematic use of a telescope in astronomy? W, Copernicus. X, Tycho Brahe. Y, Kepler. Z, Galileo. Answer, D, Galileo. The Magellanic Cloud is a W, nebula. X, galaxy. Y, supernova remnant. Z, star cluster. Answer, X, galaxy. The comet known as Halley's Comet has an average period of W, 56 years. X, 66 years. Y, 76 years. Z, 86 years. Answer, Y, 76 years. Which one of the following planet has no moons? W, Mars. X, Neptune. Y, Venus. Z, Jupiter. Answer, Y, Venus. In kilometers, the Earth's average distance from the Sun is roughly which of the following distances? W, 250 million. X, 91 million. Y, 150 million. Z, 350 million. Answer, Y, 150 million. The gravity on the Moon is what fraction of the gravity on the Earth? W, 1/3. X, 2/3. Y, 1/6. Z, 1/10. Answer, Y, 1/6. The rocks that enter the Earth's atmosphere and blaze a trail all the way to the ground and do not burn up completely are known as W, meteorites. X, meteors. Y, asteroids. Z, none of these. Answer, W, meteorites. 95% of the Martian atmosphere is composed of what substance? W, carbon dioxide. X, nitrogen. Y, argon. Z, carbon monoxide. Answer, W, carbon dioxide. What is the motion called when a planet seems to be moving westward in the sky? W, retrograde. X, parallax. Y, apentric. Z, reverse parallax. Answer, W, retrograde. With which one of the following astronomical objects are meteor showers associated? W, asteroids. X, comets. Y, planets. Z, none of the above. Answer, X, comets. In what year did Galileo first use an optical telescope to study the Moon? W, year 1492. X, year 1611. Y, year 1212. Z, year 1743. Answer, B, year 1611. A device which would not work on the Moon is W, thermometer. X, siphon. Y, spectrometer. Z, spring balance. Answer, X, siphon. The size of the average meteor is about the size of which of the following objects? W, a grain of sand. X, a baseball. Y, a basketball. Z, a car. Answer, W, a grain of sand. Geocentric means around. W, Jupiter. X, the Earth. Y, the Moon. Z, the Sun. Answer, X, the Earth. A comet's apparent size does which of the following as the comet gets closer to the Sun? W, decrease. X, remain the same. Y, increase. Answer: Y. Increase. The Pythagoreans appear to have been the first to have taught that the Earth is W. At the center of the universe. X. Spherical in shape. Y. Orbits around the Sun. Z. Flat with sharp edges. Answer: X. Spherical in shape. The light-gathering power of a reflecting telescope depends on which of the following? W. The area of its objective mirror. X. Focal length of its eyepiece. Y. Focal length of its objective mirror. Z. The ratio of the focal lengths of objective and eyepiece. Answer: W. The area of its objective mirror. Who first used Tycho Brahe's observational data on the planet Mars to determine that Mars actually traversed an elliptical orbit, the Sun being located at one of the foci? W. Kepler. X. Galileo. Y. Hipparchus. Z. Aristarchus. Answer: W. Kepler. Approximately how many times could a beam of light travel around the Earth in 1 second? W. 3 times. X. 7.5 times. Y. 15 times. Z. 25 times. Answer: X. 7.5 times. The diameter of the Earth is approximately W. 5,000 kilometers. X. 13,000 kilometers. Y. 18,000 kilometers. Z. 25,000 kilometers. Answer: X. 13,000 kilometers. The average density of the Earth is approximately W. Half the density of water. X. Twice the density of water. Y. 5.5 times the density of water. Z. 10 times the density of water. Answer: Y. 5.5 times the density of water. Of the following colors, which is bent least in passing through a prism? W. Orange. X. Violet. Y. Green. Z. Red. Answer: Z. Red. In a reflecting telescope, wherein the tube is the objective mirror placed? W. The top to the tube. X. The middle of the tube. Y. The bottom of the tube. Z. The side of the tube. Answer: Y. The bottom of the tube. What is the approximate age of our Sun? W. 1 billion years. X. 2 billion years. Y. 5 billion years. Z. 20 billion years. Answer: Y. 5 billion years. What does it mean when someone says that comets have eccentric orbits? Does it mean W. They have open orbits. X. They have nearly circular orbits. Y. Their orbits are unpredictable. Z. The Sun is far from the foci of their orbits. Answer: Z. The Sun is far from the foci of their orbits. Which of the following planets has the lowest density? W. Mercury. X. Venus. Y. Saturn. Z. Mars. Answer: Y. Saturn. What causes the gas tail of a comet to always point away from the Sun? W. Solar wind. X. Air pressure. Y. Centrifugal force. Z. Gravity. Answer: W. Solar wind. What are Saturn's rings composed of? W. Completely connected solid masses. X. Billions of tiny solid particles. Y. Mixtures of gases. Z. Highly reflective cosmic clouds. Answer: X. Billions of tiny solid particles. Of the following, which is the only planet which cannot be seen with the unaided eye? W. Jupiter. X. Mars. Y. Neptune. Z. Saturn. Answer: Y. Neptune. Accretion is W. The gradual accumulation of matter in one location, usually due to gravity. X. The process of moon formation for planets. Y. The process of matter accumulation due to centripetal force. Z. The disintegration of matter. Answer: W. The gradual accumulation of matter in one location, usually due to gravity. If we look at a galaxy that is moving away from us, we find that the wavelengths of light coming from this galaxy are W. Lengthened. X. Shortened. Y. Unchanged. Answer: W. Lengthened. The age of the universe in billions of years is approximately W. 500. X. 3.5. Y. 18. Z. 1000. Answer: Y. 18. The reason we call an astronomical body a black hole is that W. It is a huge star which appears black at its center. X. Its gravity is so high that it absorbs its own photons. Y. It represents lack of matter in a portion of space. Z. It is a dead planet. Answer: X. Its gravity is so high that it absorbs its own photons. A blue shift means a Doppler shift of light from a W. Receding star. X. Blue star. Y. Approaching star. Z. Fixed star. Answer: Y. Approaching star. The first and largest asteroid discovered was W. Pallas. X. Juno. Y. Ceres. Z. Trojan. Answer: Y. Ceres. Which of the following Saturnian satellites is known to possess an atmosphere? W. Tethys. X. Titan. Y. Dione. Z. Mimas. Answer: X. Titan. The Crab Nebula consists of the remnants of a supernova which was observed by W. Brahe in 1572. X. Kepler and Galileo in 1604. Y. The Chinese in 1054 AD. Z. Several ancient civilizations in 236 BC. Answer: Y. The Chinese in 1054 AD. The atmosphere of Venus contains mostly W. Oxygen. X. Carbon dioxide. Y. Nitrogen. Z. Water. Answer: X. Carbon dioxide. What causes a planet to have a magnetic field? W. The dynamo effect. X. The Doppler effect. Y. The photoelectric effect. Z. Its rotation about its Sunday. Answer: W. The dynamo effect. On the celestial sphere, the annual path of the Sun is called W. The eclipse path. X. Ecliptic. Y. Diurnal. Z. Solstice. Answer: X. Ecliptic. The angular distance between a planet and the Sun, as viewed from the Earth, is called W. Angle of inclination. X. Elongation. Y. Latitude. Z. Opposition. Answer: X. Elongation. Which of the following has the greatest density? W. The Sun. X. Venus. Y. Mars. Z. Jupiter. Answer: X. Venus. Mercury and Venus are said to be inferior planets because W. They are smaller than the other planets that circle the Sunday. X. Their orbits are slower than the Earth's orbit. Y. Their orbits are faster than the Earth's orbit. Z. Their orbits are inside of the Earth's orbit. Answer: Z. Their orbits are inside of the Earth's orbit. Galileo made many astronomical discoveries. Which of the following was not one of his discoveries? W. The phases of Venus. X. Mountains on Venus. Y. Moons of Jupiter. Z. Sunspots. Answer: X. Mountains on Venus. Identify the ripples in the overall geometry of space produced by the acceleration of moving objects. W. Doppler effect. X. Granulation. Y. Gravitational waves. Z. Elongation. Answer: Y. Gravitational waves. Which of the following planets is not a terrestrial planet? W. Earth. X. Jupiter. Y. Mars. Z. Mercury. Answer: X. Jupiter. Why do we see lunar eclipses much more often than solar eclipses? W. Lunar eclipses occur more often than solar eclipses. X. Lunar eclipses last longer than solar eclipses. Y. The lunar eclipse is visible to much more of the Earth than a solar eclipse. Z. The Moon is closer to the Earth than the Sunday. Answer: Y. The lunar eclipse is visible to much more of the Earth than a solar eclipse. A star-like object with a very large redshift is a W. Neutron star. X. Nova. Y. Quasar. Z. Supernova. Answer: Y. Quasar. The apparent magnitude of an object in the sky describes its W. Size. X. Magnification. Y. Brightness. Z. Distance. Answer: Y. Brightness. The Van Allen belts are W. Caused by the refraction of sunlight like rainbows. X. Charged particles trapped in the Earth's magnetic field. Y. Caused by the reflection of polar snow. Z. Caused by precession. Answer: X. Charged particles trapped in the Earth's magnetic field. A coordinate system based on the ecliptic system is especially useful for the studies of W. Planets. X. Stars. Y. The Milky Way. Z. Galaxies. Answer: W. Planets. The Moon was closer to Earth in March 1993 than it has been for a dozen years. This near distance was about W. 200,000 miles. X. 216,000 miles. Y. 231,000 miles. Z. 240,000 miles. Answer: X. 216,000 miles. What is the name of the spacecraft that recently used Jupiter's gravitational field to redirect its course toward the Sun's polar regions? W. Magellan. X. Ulysses. Y. Galileo. Z. Challenger. Answer: X. Ulysses. The mean distance of the Earth from the Sun in astronomical units is W. 3.7. X. 10. Y. 1. Z. 101. Answer: Y. 1. What process produces a star's energy? W. Hydrogen and oxygen combustion. X. Nuclear fusion. Y. Neutron beta decay. Z. Nuclear fission. Answer: X. Nuclear fusion. On which planet can one find the solar system's largest volcano? W. Earth. X. Neptune. Y. Mars. Z. Jupiter. Answer: Y. Mars. What is the most distant object in the sky that the human eye can see without optical instruments? W. The Horsehead Nebula. X. The Andromeda Galaxy. Y. The Sagittarius constellation. Z. The Aurora Borealis. Answer: X. The Andromeda Galaxy. Name the planet that has the greatest number of known moons. W. Earth. X. Saturn. Y. Jupiter. Z. Mars. Answer: X. Saturn, year 2020. The solitary moon of Pluto is named after the boatman of Greek mythology who ferries the dead across the river Styx. Its name is W. Erebus. X. Charon. Y. Nox. Z. Persephone. Answer: X. Charon. Which civilization developed and implemented the first solar calendar? W. Babylonian. X. Greek. Y. Egyptian. Z. Aztec. Answer: Y. Egyptian. What is the hottest region of the Sun? W. The core. X. The photosphere. Y. The chromosphere. Z. The corona. Answer: Z. The corona. The same side of the Moon always faces the Earth because W. The Moon is not rotating about its axis. X. The Moon's motion was fixed at its creation by the laws of inertia. Y. Tidal forces keep the Moon's rotation and orbiting motion in sync with each other. Z. The Moon's magnetic poles keep aligned with the Earth's magnetic field. Answer: Y. Tidal forces keep the Moon's rotation and orbiting motion in sync with each other. The resolving power of a telescope depends on the W. Focal ratio. X. Diameter of the objective. Y. Magnification. Z. Focal length. Answer: X. Diameter of the objective. The determination of stellar parallax is important because it allows the determination of W. Mass. X. Diameter. Y. Distance. Z. Velocity. Answer: Y. Distance. Data from Voyager 2 indicate that previous estimates of Triton's size were in error. It is now known that Neptune's largest moon is W. Nearly the size of Mars. X. Half the size of Mercury. Y. Twice the size of the Earth's moon. Z. Even larger than previously thought. Answer: X. Half the size of Mercury. On a clear, dark, moonless night, approximately how many stars can be seen with the naked eye? W. 300. X. 1000. Y. 3000. Z. 10,000. Answer: Y. 3000. If you like this video, please click on the like button. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, you are missing a lot of interesting videos. Subscribe now by clicking the subscribe and the bell icon so you are the first to be informed about our latest video. Please feel free to share this video on Facebook, WhatsApp and other social networks. Thank you.